pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys came up short their last time out, trying to get back in the win column here. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Here's Joshua Carney ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. It takes this near to 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's taken in. It's Isaac to slow. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's a big play there. 45 yards.
First down. A gain of 45 yards. Results in a first down.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up second and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And this, you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nice little juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Now McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. Yeah, they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Solano. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
He'll go with a keeper. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. He'll try again. And this time he'll run into a roll right at the 4-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Solano. Touchdown! Jamar Chase with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team scouting and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 16 carries, 70 yards, and this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So the problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 carries, 99 yards. Operating from the gun, Solano.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20+.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 20.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this first and goal.
They'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
Pick up with 2. Brings up second and goal.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here, third and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history to making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on the foot.
And it's incomplete. Look at this defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain on the keeper. That's going to bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 21-0 our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's complete. It's Bashal Tootin. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Brings up second and a yard.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
First down. An 8-yard pickup. Result is a 1st down.
Back to throw. Solano. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. 2nd and 11.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun. Solano. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
from the gun. They'll try to run it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On second down, they'll run it here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Solano. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The kick by Elliott is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down carry for Barkley. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's McCarthy. This one complete. It's Devon Vele. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
A 13-yard gain brings up 3rd.
They'll try to run forward with Barkley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Going with their tight end on 4th. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A gutsy call. It turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Barkley, inside handoff. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 more yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. That's taken in left side by Vele. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Well, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make it 24-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now back out comes the offense. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
They'll go in for two. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Lee McNeil in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here is 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, Solano looking deep here for Chase. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it lines up incomplete.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. That's taken on the 25. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively and offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Man in motion left, Mingo. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
For Jonathan Mingo, incomplete.
This time they stay on the ground. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Here's Horton. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports halftime report. Scott, take it away.
All right, Brandon, thanks.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we also have got turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
To the 43, second down.
It's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll send the tight end in motion. To the air with McCarthy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And the first down.
On play action, McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. The coverage maybe 2 away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
4 yards. That's another first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
A 3-yard pickup.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And it just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion left. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. He'll try and do this himself. And he slides to a halt inside the 10. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's good for a first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Barkley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp. Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure, under pressure, and they got to him again. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Looking to throw McCarthy. Completes a Mooney on the slant. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is McCarthy. A short one there to Fryermuth. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard. Brings up
from the shotgun, McCarthy. Pressure comes and down he goes. Jalen Carter in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. We've seen him escape. They get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. But right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2nd and 4. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Solano. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Solano trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play. I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
That's a gain of 3.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Solano. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
1st and 10 at the 20.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 2nd down and 6 now.
2nd and 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this out to Tootin. Calling a gain of a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Solano. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Ty Felton, 73 yards. And his guys are just an extra point away now for taking the lead in this game.
I don't think there's any great secret or mystery here. We're in the 4th quarter. You've got to take that shot, especially since you're down on the scoreboard. But I have to understand what was going on defensively. They've got to know that as well, don't they?
Absolutely, but they look lost defensively, and they took that shot, got in the end zone, now in position here to take the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Visitors, 27.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 2nd and 9 now. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. And a huge play that time. 46 yards.
A gain of 46 yards on the play. And a first down.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
65 yards rushing forward to the ball game now on 14 carries.
A gain of 11 on the play.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Salvation Turton. A 2-yard touchdown grab. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in the tight one. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Jalen Carter in on that tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. That is caught. And touchdown. Devon Bailey, 73 yards. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Little salt, little pepper, it goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments. I can't believe I just brought that up. Because Frank Reich at Maryland in college, did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. But the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, what a move. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Looking to throw. Solano, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Off play action. Solano. That one too wide and incomplete. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Ronnie Johnson picks it. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run again. And he is going to have a first down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for a first down.
The victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter.
B-Town's finest, handsome Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, swoon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, You a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and it all fire. I don't spill words, I spill Berg on the beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show them the way, cause they real nerds on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. The sun gon' rise, the earth gon' spin. Toby gon' kill this beat, a chef gon' cook. You still don't get no looks. No better than Tech Bro Shook. Sticks and stones will break some bones, but your words can't hurt cause you ain't